Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. And this place continues to be the spot for conscious, purpose driven entrepreneurs who are looking to remove the blocks that hold you back from your purpose so that you can manifest abundance through it and assist in creating heaven on earth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited to be here with you today. I love, love, love being here with you. I say this all the time to all of my podcast listeners, as well as YouTube family, and wherever else you might be viewing this. I love you so much. And I know that sounds so silly, but that is just part of who I am. I truly do feel you, know you, and love you in a way you could never possibly imagine. So, didn't plan on saying that, but it needed to come through. So, before we jump in today, we're going to talk about discomfort, growth, and how to interpret sort of those signs of discomfort and what they may mean in how we are being asked to shift, pivot, and change. But before I jump in, I want to remind you that we do have a very, very low cost, easily accessible community of like minded, beautiful souls who want to love on you and support you and assist you in helping to remove those blocks that keep you from your purpose. We call it the New Earth Construction Team. Basically, it's just a place to hang out. We get together live 3 times a month. I also put all of my courses, training, brain spotting sessions, member makeovers, all sorts of fun stuff in the community. Everything that I offer is made available to you there. And the goal is to bring together the New Earth Construction Team because you have a valuable gift to offer, and only you can offer that to the world. And so we want to help you bring that forward. So if you're looking to create happiness in your life, you're looking to satisfy that urge that says there's got to be something more, for $20 a month, this is the place to be. Now, I don't think I could make it much more accessible, so no excuses. We would love to see you there. But let's dig in today on the topic of discomfort. So again, just kind of reiterating some of the things that I just said is this place is for those of us who want something more out of life, who have that yearning, that unquenchable thirst that says there has got to be something more, that this can't be all there is. The rat race of going to work just so that you can spend your money on bills and groceries and then have to go to work to make more. The never ending cycle of lacking fulfillment. There is a part of you that knows that there is something more for your life. And often the way that we will be prompted or pushed towards change is through discomfort. And there is a statement that says you are either growing or dying. And I have found this to be true, although it sounds a little bit dramatic. If you are not growing, you are dying. Energy cannot remain still. It must remain in motion. And so it's a question of what direction are you moving in? Are you moving towards growth, expansion, your purpose, being of service, making the world a better place, realizing your dreams? Or are you stagnant? And when we are stagnant, it really is not even stillness. We're not standing still or staying the same. We are declining, degrading. And you'll notice in order to resist growth, in order to stay the same, we have to bring in coping mechanisms. Because we are built for growth, we are built for purpose. Being stagnant makes us uncomfortable. We have to silence the voice of our higher self, of our soul, of our purpose, of our body, every ounce of our being that knows that we should be moving towards our purpose. And so maybe we have a couple glasses of wine. Maybe we play a few extra hours of video games. Maybe we shop. Maybe we eat. Whatever your coping mechanism of choice may be, it is required to be able to stand and tolerate stagnation. And so at the end of the day, you really aren't staying the same, you are declining. And so the way we interpret discomfort is part of the challenge, part of the problem, if you will. That in stagnation, there is comfort, there is the familiar, the known, We get to avoid people, maybe perpetually be in hermit mode. We get to hide all of the wounds, the traumas, the triggers. It can seem like the easier path because we are cognitively dissonant. We are choosing to look away from that thing. I won't see that thing that I'm supposed to be doing. I won't acknowledge the true pain, the true cost of staying the same. It is numbed out to the point where we don't feel so much discomfort. We feel pretty comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Stagnation is the opposite of purpose, expansion. And so when we try to step forward, provided we have faced the wounds, we have gone through some sort of somatic healing to remove the blocks from our body, and we try to move towards our purpose, there is going to be a small amount of discomfort necessary. If you haven't healed, then this discomfort is going to feel really big. It's going to feel like a glass ceiling that keeps you from moving towards anything that you dream of. It's going to feel impossible. It's going to feel like a tug of war, a battle between the brains, the part of you that knows what you need to do and knows what your purpose is. It knows where you want to go. And then the other part of you, the subconscious, limbic, emotional part of the brain that says that's not safe. Except you won't hear it as that's not safe. You'll hear it as, oh, I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. There's too much to do. You'll feel fatigue and shut down, self-sabotage, and it will be explained away as being attributed to something else. If there is anything that keeps you from moving towards your block, somatic healing is necessary to be able to remove that block from your purpose. But once you do, and the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I get so excited every time I get to talk about my clients because it is such an honor and a privilege. Let me tell you, on the other side of this constant tug of war between the battle of the brains, on the other side, once you finally overcome the blocks, you step into your purpose, you're living your path, you are aligned to your original design. It feels so yummy and so delicious to be snuggled in your fuzzy blanket with your fuzzy slippers while and your laundry behind you, while also hearing echoed to you, you saved my life. You've made such a difference in my life. I'm so glad I met you. Working with you is the best thing that has ever happened to me. People who have their minds blown and go, holy crap, I can't believe I've come full circle. From that place of wounding and healing, then comes a pretty significant time period of just rest, working with the body and healing the body and the mind. But then after that, right around that 8-9 month mark, people start to find motivation again. They find that they are rejuvenated and recuperated and re-energized and they're excited. But guess what? Guess what brings them to the point where they decide, I've had enough rest. I'm ready to move forward. It's discomfort. That oftentimes discomfort shows up in our lives to show us, okay, it's time now. It's time to make a move. And when we interpret discomfort as a problem, as something to avoid, as our inability to handle something, it really is about the perception and the choice we make around how we interpret the problem. That discomfort comes and shows up to show you there's a shift and a change needed. If you are constantly in hermit mode and you've sort of let your body go and you spend a lot of time on social media or on your phone or watching TV, there will come a moment of discomfort where my body feels soft and jiggly and uncomfortable and I feel just general malaise and I'm never satisfied, constantly searching for something to make me feel better. That discomfort has come to say, get off your butt. Get up, go for a walk, turn off the TV, put the phone in the other room and leave it there for hours. Don't touch it. If you are in a job where people have not been treating you properly and you've started to establish boundaries and you've started to ask for what you're worth and to expect people that treat you with respect, and it gets uncomfortable because they're not willing to respect you, they're not willing to honor your boundaries, you get uncomfortable. And that discomfort means it's time to move. It's time to shift and change. It's time to level up. Maybe it's even time to step into your purpose. Oftentimes we get uncomfortable in a job when it is time to move. And that discomfort doesn't have to mean quit your job tomorrow. It just means start working on your purpose. Get ready and be prepared, because once you've made that commitment towards purpose and towards healing, things will fall away. They are not falling apart. They are falling into place. Life is happening for you, not to you. If you are experiencing difficult family dynamics, your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your husband, your wife are not supporting you, they're causing drama, they're always in your business, they're unreliable, they criticize you, they put you down, they make you feel bad, whatever it is, that again is that discomfort that is asking you to make a change. Maybe they shouldn't be in your life. It can be really easy to cut out toxic friends. A little bit more difficult to cut out toxic life partners. Very difficult to cut out toxic family members. Somehow we have given them a pass. Because you are my blood, I am obligated to have you in my life. And that is simply not true. You have a soul family. Me, I'm one of them. We also have a community of people who are willing to treat you properly, respect your boundaries, love and respect you, support you, encourage you, be there for you, give you advice, be the shoulder for you to cry on. There is no reason for you to settle for someone who's going to treat you improperly. And finally, if you're working on your business, you've stepped into your purpose, you've started your own business, maybe you're posting on social media, maybe you're coaching, maybe you're selling a course, maybe you're selling a service. Something isn't going well. Something doesn't feel good. Something feels like, oh, I want to quit altogether. It doesn't mean that you need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It means we need a pivot. We need a shift. You get to do it your way. Not only do you get to do it your way, you can only do it your way. Only your way, alignment to your original design, the path within your blueprint is the only way you can succeed. If you're not enjoying social media, post, but don't scroll. If you're taking on clients, but it's too many clients, raise your prices, back down the number of clients. If you're a service, time for money, and your clients aren't happy, you need to ask yourself, are you showing up the way that a professional would? Are you meeting your commitments? Are you being responsive? Are you delivering on time? Are you present, available, and delivering the highest quality product that you can? In my work, you could say that the business runs off of marketing and sales. That's how I get my paycheck, right? That's how I support my family. But the fact of the matter is, the job has only just begun when the payment is made. That there is a commitment to my client's success. That I need to go all in and day out, minute to minute to minute, to ensure their success. To be 1,000% certain I have done everything I can to show up for them, to uncover every block, to provide every amount of support, to provide the bumpers, but allow them to step into their own power. keep them safe, keep them on track, but empower them. Only then will the discomfort be alleviated. Because if I just took the payment and said, well, you got the course and I'll see you in 2 weeks and I'm not going to think about you or check in on you or respond to messages in between here and there, that would suck for them and also for me. I would feel a very high level of discomfort. And if someone has empathy and a sense of responsibility and a healthy inner voice, it will not allow you to rest unless you are doing a good job. And so discomfort in all of these different areas, we could even go into finance, right? If you refuse to look at your bank account, if you refuse to open your bills, if you refuse to budget, if you refuse to plan ahead, if you refuse to clip coupons or look for sales or take the thing back that you decided you didn't want. I was terrible at returns for the longest time. You're going to feel discomfort. God, source, creator, divine, universe, the laws of the universe, however you want to label it, doesn't matter. It's knocking on your door to say, you're not doing it properly. We're not on track. I want to be careful because those of us who have experienced trauma, we have plenty of inner critic voices to convince us that we don't do anything right. That's not the point here. No amount of self-flatulation or self-sabotage or toxic inner critic is ever going to be healthy or ever going to move you forward towards your path or purpose or fixing anything. But there is a necessary level of self-honesty when we need to admit a change is needed here. Discomfort points to changes needed. Discomfort doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean anything other than what you choose it to mean. And the resourceful definition of discomfort is pivot needed. Shift and change necessary. So let's reframe how we see discomfort. For those of you who are on your path, you've stepped into your purpose, you've done the healing work, and you're starting to generate awareness around who you are and what you have to offer, know that there is a sweet spot. The sweet spot between fight or flight, hypervigilance, high activation, constant on mode. That's one extreme. The other extreme is perpetual hermit mode, nothing but rest and digest, healing and repair. There is a sweet spot in between them. So we don't want to be hypervigilant all the time. We don't want to be in rest and digest all the time. We want to find the sweet spot in the middle. We want to swing just a little bit to each of the sides, right? A little bit of activation so that I can get my work done, a little bit of rest and digest, healing, growth, repair, so I can receive guidance for the next step. Once I feel, okay, we've received that, I'm going to go take action. I'm going to bump up against a boundary, the edge. You're going to come up against the edge of your current capacity. And that is going to bring a little bit of discomfort. And that's perfect. That discomfort is what tells you, okay, we've reached the edge and now we need to back off just a little bit. Time to pivot, time to shift. I use the analogy of life is like your soup, making soup, alchemy, right? We add a little of this, we add a little of that, we taste it, we see how it tastes. Maybe it's too salty, maybe it needs to marinate, maybe it needs a starch. You let it rest, sits overnight, you taste it again tomorrow. I'm feeling maybe we just add a little bit more water, right? Maybe I have a few less clients. Maybe I do a few more videos. Maybe we are shifting and adapting. We are testing and tasting as we go along. Once we reach that boundary that says, it's a little bit too uncomfortable. I don't want to make myself extremely uncomfortable. This is not about punishing myself. But I do want to come up against the edge of my comfort zone. I don't want to be stagnant. I want to make sure I'm growing. I want to make sure I'm progressing. I want to make sure I'm getting better and better and better at trauma healing, purpose identification, manifestation, building businesses, helping people. That's the sweet spot, right on the edge of your boundary, right on the edge of that discomfort. And when it gets a little bit too much, you step back and you rest. It's just like hermit mode. We can't heal in isolation. If you are perpetually in the house, not ever going out, you are never triggered. You are never activated. You are never seeing the mirrors and the reflections that bring to you the knowledge and the wisdom, the message that says, hey, here's a thing. Let's go get it. Here's a wound. Here's a block. Let's go heal it. Let's remove it. It's the edge of the comfort zone. That's your sweet spot. A little bit of comfort, a little bit of activation, a little bit of rest, a little bit of testing, a little bit of healing and recuperation, a little bit of triggering. So find your sweet spot, redefine discomfort, recognize it as a gift that it is, take responsibility for it. It is nobody's fault. You and only you have power, dominion, and authority over your life. Will you? Ooh, I don't know if I could say this. This is a family-friendly show, but if you have kids, plug their ears. Will you take your life by the balls and do something about it? Or are you going to sit in stagnation? Whew, my solar plexus got really activated there. Very excited. Oh, guys, this is supposed to be fun. This is meant to be fun. It can be fun. It is freaking awesome and amazing. Fuzzy blankets and slippers. Wow. Changing the world. What does your dream look like? You can have it. It's right in between that sweet spot between your comfort zone and the edge of discomfort. Come join us in the community. You get to talk to me live 3 times a month, plus all of the courses, support, family, networking, member makeovers, brain spotting sessions, healing, and everything else we can think of. Might even do a new moon or full moon activation coming up here. That was an idea that came through the other day. I'd love to see you there. Link below to join us. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one. I love you, my friends. You are beautiful, awesome, and amazing. Your purpose is so, so needed. Please come join us on the other side. Like, subscribe, and share if you know anybody that could benefit from this. And I will see you later. Namaste.